Hi there, my name is Rory Dowse and I'd like to show you a project I've been working on. So here it is, it's a landing page, in this case for a financial institution, for a credit card company. And we can see here the mobile view. I'll just take you through it. We have the hamburger menu. We have this search feature that comes up. We have this navigation feature which takes you to other cards. You can log in, you can go back to view other cards. We've got the hero here with the card showing prominently. We've got the call to action, apply now. We've got the offers section. You'll notice we also have a sticky footer for a call to action that is constantly there in mobile view. We have the features and benefits with this little flip card effect that I'll dive into a little bit more later on. And we have this slider effect, which I'll also dive into a little bit. We've got some awards. We've got what people are saying, testimonials, lots of social proof, building trust with the user. We've got this call to action here, again prominent with the yellow call to action button and a picture of the product. We've got an FAQ section. We've got a refer a friend section, and then we have the footer section. So let's take a look now at the code. And what we have here is an application that is built in Next.js. And the reason that I wanted to build this in Next.js is because of the advanced features that Next.js offers as a React framework to optimize landing pages, both in terms of SEO, but also in terms of the performance of the landing page. So if we take a look here, Next.js is really simple to set up. If memory serves, it's just npm run next, and then it takes you through a list of options that will build out the boilerplate code for the application, which is really fast and much faster than working with just React and having to work out the boilerplate code there. It'll generate this page.tsx, and that's the page that it basically acts as the HTML page, the index.html. And here you can see it's bringing in each of the components. So let's take a little look here at the layout.tsx, which follows from the page. It's almost like the app. So you would have like the index page and then the app page in React, similar kind of setup. And then here we've got this metadata, and this is what makes Next.js so good for SEO. And that is that you can make the title clear. You can put some open graph data here, which means that when you want to view or share the page on social media, that the icon will come up with like a thumbnail, and it'll come with that metadata. And that's super important because in React there are challenges for search engines. So the Google bots don't always see everything that's rendered on the page through JavaScript through React, because React is client-side rendering and not server-side rendering. And the difference here is that Next.js offers server-side rendering, which means that Google can pick up all of this information. So that means it's going to rank potentially higher in Google. It means that the share buttons will be very clear, and as you'd expect, I'll just bring that up now. Give you a little example. I'll head over now to my page, and I shared the project here. And then there it is. You've got this post that has that clickable metadata centered thumbnail, and that's super important for click-through rate and getting more visitors onto the website. So lots of SEO benefits. One of the other SEO benefits that I'd like to talk a little bit about is the image feature in Next.js. Here it is. And what this does is it differs a little bit from the typical IMG tag, in that here we have it, we've got the Next.js docs. It helps for size optimization, so it automatically serves the correctly sized images for each device. It's got visual stability, so it prevents layout shift, which again can affect Google ranking. It's got faster page loads, so the images are only loaded when they enter the viewport, so it's got native browser lazy loading. And then it's got asset flexibility, on-demand image resizing. even for images stored in remote servers. So using images in React, in Next.js is very, very intuitive, and again, helping with the SEO considerations. Now, in terms of this application that I've built, I use the term application because it's not just simply well, it is a static page, but it's a little more to it than that. So I decided that I wanted to build a scalable application that could be used by an institution. And so what I wanted to do was to create some models using object-oriented programming. So I'm using OOP, I'm also using TypeScript here, and we can see that it starts off with a class of bank, and then it has the subclass of credit card. And then credit card has all the information stored here, which is then dynamically rendered. So for example, if we go to here, the hero section, we have this image, which is going to be dynamically rendered onto the page. We've got the name of the bank, we've got the apply now link, and so that is all stored in a single variable. In this case, it's stored up here. And if I make a change here, then it makes a change across the web page or across the whole or across web pages. And that's really important for maintainability and scalability, making it very, very simple to make changes and ensuring there's consistency between those changes. So if I go now to the hero.tsx, so here it is coming through. So if there is an image, it'll load that specific image. It'll load the name of the credit card for the alt tag. If we come down here, we can see the credit card name. There's just some backup information there, Infinity Rewards card. This ultimately means it can be easily connected into a database as well. If I want to create more credit cards for this site, then they've got a lot of consistency. So let's now go to the card slide feature. So if we go here to how it works, we have this NPM package called Swiper. And so what it does is it creates this pagination. And that means that when we go to the web page, when we go to that section, that if I want to scroll across, then we can do that. And it just means that the page is a little more interactive and a little more engaging for the user. So here we have that Swiper package. We have the various modules brought in, defining the space, the slides per view. So you can make it so that the little dots that you see above are clickable or not clickable. There's some accessibility challenges with that, so I found that it was easier to switch those off and encourage the user to slide. We've got breakpoints depending on the screen size. We've got the speed, which is 500, so we could make that faster, we could make that slower. The other thing that I thought was quite interesting is this flip feature here on the card. And again, this is helping with user engagement, keeping users on the site, presenting the data in an interesting way. And so here we have it here. So we've got as a use state, we have the flipped state. And so that's either going to be, let's see, true or false. Yep, there's the false set initially. And then when the user clicks that card, then it'll flip 180 degrees and it'll show either the front of the card or here is it stored as the back of the card. You can also see that I've been using Tailwind with this, which is a recommended feature for Next.js. I found this quite interesting. I didn't use very much CSS at all with this. There's some styles here, a little bit for the pagination that we just discussed, and then for the flip card, there's a little bit of CSS required for it as well. We've got the global CSS, which has very generic information, but yeah, very little CSS used here. And the other thing I want to draw your attention to is a sticky footer. And with this, I just thought this was a useful feature for, again, helping with conversions. So whatever the product or the service is, having the sticky footer here, in terms of some of the research that I did, it showed that that does increase conversions to have that there. And then here we have, if we go to sticky call to action, there it all is loaded through, including the dynamic rendering. So I hope this video has been useful and informative. And if you have any questions, please feel free to get in touch. If you'd like to follow me on LinkedIn, then please do so on my profile, LinkedIn /in/Rory Douse. Also, if you'd like to view my portfolio, you can do so at rorydousdev.com. Thank you.